Hello, my name is Michael Kahn. I'm a journalist, author, and revolutionist. I also ran for president and was not elected, and I'm told it was because it was my own fault. I disagree, but whatever. I gave everybody clear directions of how to find the plan I have for the new kind of government, which is, to be honest, related to communism. It's more communist than it is capitalist. But to justify this, I want to give you the exact blueprint for the civilization I had planned. I made it clear and easy to look up, but people, you got to show right to their faces because it's too hard to open up a book and look. So I'm going to read to you the conclusion of my book, Angry, Loud, and Clear Truth, which gives a blueprint for an ideal civilization and how to implement it. My running campaign policies would have brought us to that point with ease, and it would have been a quick and easy transition to a better way of life for everybody. And this is all for you to vote for, but instead you vote for Trump. So, you made your bed, you can lay in it, as he will destroy us all. And I mean literally, he intends to take us all down. Look at the war hawks he appointed. But here goes. I'm going to look up, get the book up there, and I'm going to read to you from it. Here goes. Conclusion. A proper blueprint for civilization. I don't have to tell you the world's problems. Greed, selfishness, pollution, drugs, bad health, bad food, crime, war, global warming, sickness. The list can go on for pages. I have a blueprint for a type of society that would rid us of all these bad elements. And the removal of them would be permanent. Basically, this is a map to the Garden of Eden living for all future generations. A wonderful alternative to the world fascist police state of slavery planned by the elite and the Vatican. It is not rocket science, neither is the path to take to achieve it. It is simply self-sustaining agricultural communities. And by the way, let me make it very clear. This is designed for simple people, not for geniuses. In the future, just about everybody will still be in the natural realm. They will not be in the worldly realm of hell and pain. Because children, there will be no sex and no religion. The two portals to hell, to the worldly realm. Now let me go on. First of all, this way of life is practiced by a few people in the United States already. But my idea has quite a few variations from their model. But we can take many pointers from the Amish, who live quite peaceably and healthily outside of modern society's norms. Their idea of self-sustaining agricultural communities without any technology is the basic path to healing the planet. The Amish have been doing this successfully for centuries. Kibbutzes in Israel are also showed the benefits of this way of life also. It is doable and it is sustainable. Here is the idea. Build housing on fertile land. Each community should house about 150 people, which is the scientifically optimal maximum of population for relational community to have everyone familiar with one another and have peace and order with one another. Men and women living separately, discouraging any sex. Procreation will be done by artificial insemination. Sex can lead to disease, addictive lust, unwanted pregnancy, confusion and thinking that lust is love, calling making love does not make it love, and the introduction to the hell realm, which is, of course, insanity. Now, these communities in which 120 to 150 will live will be situated on about 100 acres of farmable land. There will be planted on them fruit trees, vegetables, nuts, have some hens for eggs, perhaps some catfish farms if the local stream will allow it, and some places for either farm products like sheep and goats for wool and dairy, and cotton for clothing. Farming chores will be rotated on an equal basis to allow for fairness. There will also be other vocations: carpentry, blacksmithing, glass blowing, pottery, weaving, tanning, candle and soap making, etc., which each can be apprenticed and learned by several youths of the community. Now, regarding youth, I propose a whole new paradigm, one not known in the West in all recorded history, a new idea. A removal of the institution of marriage and the family as we know it. Now, I'm aware that this is contrary to what we are told is God's will. God is Satan, wake up. But I have already soundly debunked the Bible as being a good moral guide. In fact, my book, The Untold Nature of Christianity, proves beyond any doubt that the ethics promoted in the Bible are intentionally subversive. So here goes my idea. Upon being weaned, the child is handed over to mentors, and there will be 5 to 7 children under the care of each mentor. and a mentor should be carefully chosen by the community as one having high intellect, outstanding ethics, excelling teaching skills, patience, and wisdom. The mentors will spend 24/7 with the children and shall impart the proper shares, which is Spartan humanitarian or autonomous religious ethical society, the code to live by, a new code to live by, which I introduced in The Untold Nature of Christianity, one of my other books. The ethical standards. Give the youth a strong disciplined habit of developing strong bodies and minds. Impart on them the necessity for respectful, independent thinking and critical analytical ability to test everything for truth, community mindedness, and other desirable traits, along with good relational abilities and the 3 R's. Teach them what they need to know for the benefit of themselves and of the community. Notice I don't introduce the idea of instilling good leadership values. I want to make sure that the future generations have no leaders, that teamwork and reasoning are what makes community work and be strong. Leaders tend to work for self, and followers tend to let leaders think for them. And look at what has resulted. There will be no leaders or lord over other people, no masters, and no slaves. Everything will be done democratically with reason and debate, resulting in accord and mutually beneficial decisions. Somebody will be elected to assign jobs, and as said before, jobs are going to be rotated. Now here's a drawback. With no technology, there will not be the entertainment that we as a people have been accustomed to in this modern day. That does not negate all extracurricular activities. Congas and recorders, a flute-like instrument made of wood, rattlers, and other instruments can still be made and played, including voice. Really talented community citizens can rap and hip-hop and whatever, and there can be practice harmonizing and singing. Imagine youth partaking in debate, athletics, and gymnastics, rather than spending all their time on the phone or watching television. Work is from dawn to dusk 6 days a week, but doesn't have to be slave-like, as this is not to make people rich. Nobody will be rich nor poor. There will be no competition. Everybody shares everything except for clothing and hygiene. There will be no currency, and food, clothing, and other supplies will be made and distributed according to needs and desires of the people as exchange for the quality of their contribution to the community. But those who cannot work, who are unable to work, will also be provided for. That's just righteousness. On the 7th day of each week, the community will gather in a constructive hall with tables and benches and a stage. There can be a barbecue or buffet, entertainment of music, athletic contests such as amateur weight wrestling, weightlifting competition, gymnastics, musicianship, rap, poetry recital, debates, and the like. Also to be included would be voting on any issues or policies, and if necessary, trials for any perceived transgressions. In the case of anybody feels wronged, the accuser and the defendant will each state their case. Anybody in the community can question them, and since they all will be familiar with them and their character, the community can decide who is at fault, and if necessary, decide on restitution and or corrective punishment. Now, I know you probably don't think that we could do without technology. Candles may replace electric light, wood fire replace gas or electric cooking and heating, and horses replace vehicles if truly desired to travel. For water, wells can be dug and made with a spout for the community to benefit from. Restrooms can simply be replaced with a closet and in it a seat frame with a hole in it to sit over a pot that has a cover. When you need to relieve yourself, sit on the seat and go. Let your waste plop or flow into the pot. Remove the cover first, of course. And if it is nighttime, you cover the pot and go back to sleep. If you relieve yourself during the day, just carry the pot to a dugout hole a distance away from living quarters. Throw out the waste into the hole that has a cover to it and cover it. The pot can be cleaned. Showers and baths are not necessary. Everybody can easily take bird baths, a method of sanitary living practiced by some people when incarcerated, and I do it now by myself. All you need is 2 basins of warm water. In the first, you wet a washcloth with soap and wash your entire body, standing undressed. Then you get another washcloth and soaking it in the other basin. You wipe off the soap and wash skin and rinse yourself of the soap and dirt. This may require rinsing twice, but the whole process takes 5 minutes or so. You are cleansed and have used little water and no pollutants. With a little innovation, all needs can be met, as people live like this for eons. All of society's many luxuries and entertainments are a recent invention and have done a thorough and quick job of subverting humanity and are of necessity to be eliminated. A useful and purposeful life far exceeds the quality of an entertained one. Now I ask you, in what way is this type of civilization lacking or detrimental? What are its shortcomings and that could not be utilized for good? Entertainment, the one benefit that will be removed from our lives if this is implemented, is defined in the Webster Dictionary as amusement and diversion. Neither one needed in a healthy society. And I did mention that we would have some entertainment, some gymnastics, wrestling, hip hop, music, singing, poetry reading, debates, etc. A new kind of entertainment, not one that is a thrill, but one that basically edifies and increases your intelligence and your thinking. Now we have here the elimination of all of poverty, war, bad health, wasted lives, crime, pollution, drugs, subversion, deception, oppression, oppressive rule, uneducated youth. All of society's ills are eliminated. All of them. Some good is there to work for. Is this not worth fighting for? All future generations, with a preventive education of the history of the world for them to learn what to avoid, and training youth to test for deception from their youth on, and to encourage independent character from youth, we will have a new civilization free from evil rule. So the question now remains, how do we make that happen? How do we overcome the obstacles? Okay, now I'm going to show you in my campaign promise what I basically given you an idea for, and my ideas on what a president can do. The president now has power to implement all these things alone, does not need the Senate or Congress. As I showed in yesterday's newsletter, their bills were passed a while ago, that the president can fire people, can make policy on his own without the aid of the Senate or Congress. No ways of checks and balances. One person can make this happen. You elected Trump, he will not do this. He's trying to destroy us and America and take us down. Despite his words, he is a liar. He created Operation Warp Speed. He shut down the nation. He has done more evils than that. He's a child rapist, a pedophile. He is also a Rothschild puppet, a Freemason, and he was converted to Judaism. You can't get worse than him. But you elected him because I got angry at the evil done to me. Whatever, now we made our bed, lay in it or else revolt. That is your choice. Have a great day. My name is Michael Kahn. My website is truthforce.work. truthforce.work. Look it up, see the campaign promises, see the information I have there. You can look at my videos. I have a lot of teachings. If you don't like it, you don't have to accept it. I'm not forcing it on you, but I've given you the key to long life and prosperity and a good, righteous, wholesome living. You have chosen Trump instead, which is death and destruction and his pedophilia. Not a wise choice. Have a great day. Think about what you've done and think about how you can correct it. And I suggest revolution.